You probably spent your morning being reminded that you live inside a very expensive committee. A tax bill shows up. It includes things you never voted for. A school district you don't use. A fee for roads you've never driven. Somewhere, a system you don't see is constantly adding numbers to your life. Most people assume this is just how America works. Every inch of land controlled, every structure inspected, every decision approved. But that is not entirely true. There are still places where local government barely exists. Unorganized territories, unorganized townships, places with no mayor, no town hall, and no local bureaucracy sitting between you and your land. To be clear, these are not lawless zones. State and federal laws still apply, but the local layer, the inspectors, the committees, the constant approvals, simply isn't there. What remains is something very different. Just you, the land, and a lot of administrative silence. And in America, that silence is becoming one of the rarest forms of freedom. Number 10. The North Woods, Maine. Specifically, we are looking at the massive unorganized territories in the northern half of the state. Maine has the largest area of unorganized land in the eastern United States. This is a region bigger than several small states combined. There is no local government here. No town selectman to tell you how many chickens you can keep. No local tax bill for a police department that is 2 hours away. The state of Maine manages these areas directly, which means the oversight is thin and purely administrative. You can buy 40 acres of deep forest and lakefront for around $60,000. The draw here is the deep timber freedom. You are surrounded by millions of acres of working forest and some of the best hunting and fishing on the planet. The local culture is non-existent because there are no towns. Your neighbors are loggers, guides, and people who truly do not want to be found. Here is the part Zillow does not show you in the beautiful forest photos. There is no 911 service. If you have a heart attack or a fire, you are your own first responder. Most of the roads are private logging roads that require a permit to drive on. In the winter, the snow is measured in feet, not inches. You will be spending $2,000 a month just to keep your wood stove fed and your generator running. It is a place for the man who is comfortable being the only person for 10 miles in any direction. If you think the woods are too quiet, wait until we head to the high desert where the government simply gave up. Number 9. The Unorganized Borough, Alaska. This is the ultimate black hole for the American bureaucrat. Alaska is the only state that is not entirely divided into counties. Most of the state is what they call the unorganized borough. It covers an area larger than Texas. In this region, there is no local borough government, no property taxes on a local level, no zoning, no building codes, nothing. You can buy a remote cabin site on a river for $15,000. The draw is the absolute sovereignty of the pioneer lifestyle. You can build a 3-story log cabin out of trees you cut yourself. Nobody is coming to check your plumbing or your foundation. The local culture is the last frontier mentality. People here judge you by how well you can handle a rifle and a chainsaw, not your credit score. Here is the part where the fantasy starts charging interest on your life. Alaska does not care if you live or die. Most of these areas are off-road, meaning you can only get there by bush plane or boat. A gallon of milk will cost you $12 after you pay the freight. If you run out of propane in January, you are in a survival situation that most men cannot handle. You are sharing the land with grizzly bears and moose that weigh 1,500 pounds. It is not freedom with room service. It is freedom with a high probability of frostbite. But for the man who wants to exit the system entirely, the unorganized borough is the gold standard. If Alaska is too cold for your blood, the Nevada desert has a mountain range with your name on it. Number 8. Esmeralda County, Nevada. We have mentioned this place before, but we need to talk about the unincorporated desert fringes. Esmeralda is the least populated county in Nevada. Most of the county has no town government. Outside of Goldfield and Dyer, the administrative presence is almost zero. There are more ghost towns here than actual zip codes. You can buy an old mining claim for $5,000. The draw is the Great Basin silence. It is a land of dry lake beds and jagged purple mountains. You can set up a massive solar array and a Starlink dish and live like a king of the dust. There are no building inspectors in the outlying desert. If you want to live in a dugout or a shipping container, the county is too small to notice or care. The local culture is pure libertarianism. People mind their own business and expect you to do the same. Here is the ugly part Zillow hides. The water table is dropping every year. Sinking a well here is a $40,000 gamble that might yield nothing but salt water. The wind will try to peel the paint off your truck every afternoon. You are hours away from the nearest hospital or grocery store. If your truck breaks down in the middle of a dry lake bed, you better have a satellite messenger and a lot of water. It is a beautiful, harsh landscape that demands total self-reliance. If this desert is too dry, the next spot on our list is a corner of Minnesota where the water is everywhere and the rules are nowhere. Number 7. Unorganized townships of northern Minnesota. Specifically, we are looking at the remote sections of St. Louis and Cochiching counties. These are areas that never formed a township government because there were never enough people to justify it. There is no local board, no local taxes for libraries or parks. The county manages the basics, but in the remote sections, the oversight is purely reactive. You can buy a 20-acre parcel of swamp and pine for $30,000. The draw is the North Woods Solitude. You have access to the boundary waters and thousands of hidden lakes. The fishing is legendary and the silence is heavy. The local culture is a mix of Finnish heritage and rugged independent miners. People here respect a man who can handle a winter that lasts 6 months. Here is the part the brochure does not mention. The mosquitoes in the summer are a biological weapon. They will find every square inch of exposed skin. The ground is often muskeg, which means you cannot build a foundation without spending a fortune on pilings. You will spend your winter in total darkness and your summer fighting off ticks and biting flies. But you will own a piece of land where nobody is going to tell you how to live. If this feels too swampy, the next spot on our list is a corner of Texas where the pavement simply gave up and went home. Number 6. The Big Bend Unincorporated Zones, Texas. We are looking at the vast desert stretches of Brewster and Presidio counties outside of any town limits. This is a region the size of a small country. There is no local municipal government here. Outside the tiny town of Alpine, the county government is spread so thin that you are effectively on your own. You can buy a rugged, rocky 20-acre plot for $15,000. The draw is the West Texas Majesty. You have the Chisos Mountains on the horizon and the clearest night skies in the lower 48. There are no building codes in these rural desert sections. You can build an adobe fortress or a stone cabin and the state will never know. The local culture is a mix of desert rats, artists, and people who have a complicated relationship with the law. People here value their privacy and their right to be left alone. Be honest, would you rather have no HOA and no local police, or keep the 911 service and the monthly inspection letters? If you chose the desert, the isolation will test your soul. You will be hauling your own water in a 500-gallon tank. The heat in August is a physical weight that stays on your chest. There is no cell service, and your nearest neighbor is a 3-mile hike through cactus and rattlesnakes. It is a place for the man who wants to see the world as it was 150 years ago. But if you think West Texas is the final frontier, the next 5 locations make these places look like downtown Dallas. Number 5. The Red Desert Unincorporated Zones, Wyoming. Wyoming is the least populated state in the country for a very good reason. The wind here is not just weather, it is a physical opponent that will try to steal your hat, your siding, and your sanity. But in the vast unincorporated basins of Sweetwater and Carbon counties, the administrative silence is a beautiful thing. There is no local government out here, no municipal board to tell you what color your roof should be, no town clerk to demand a $500 fee for a garage door. The state of Wyoming has no state income tax. When you live in an unincorporated zone, you are effectively paying the lowest possible tax rent to exist on the planet. You can buy a 40-acre parcel of high desert sagebrush for around $45,000. The draw is the absolute sovereignty of the open range. You are living in a landscape of wild horses, antelope, and prehistoric rock formations. The local culture is non-existent because your nearest neighbor is a rancher who lives 10 miles away. He does not want to talk to you, and he expects you to feel the same way. Picture yourself sitting on a porch you built with your own hands, watching a thunderstorm roll across the plains from 50 miles away. You can hear the thunder before you see the lightning. Here is the part Zillow does not show you in the beautiful sunset photos. The water table is deep and the drilling is expensive. You might spend $30,000 just to find a reliable source of water. The wind will howl through your RV or your cabin at 60 miles an hour for 3 days straight. If you run out of propane in January, The cold will find you in minutes. You are hours away from the nearest hospital in Rock Springs or Rollins. You better know how to fix your own generator and how to stitch your own wounds. It is a place for the man who wants to be the king of a very dry, very windy mountain. If this prairie wind is too much for you, our next stop is a corner of the Midwest where the townships simply forgot to organize. Number 4. Unorganized townships of North Dakota. Most people think of North Dakota as a flat grid of corporate cornfields. But in the western part of the state, near the Badlands fringe, there are unorganized townships that offer a different brand of freedom. These are areas that have no local township board and no local law enforcement. The county manages the taxes, but the administrative footprint is so light you can barely feel it. There are no building codes in these rural sections. You can build a house out of hay bales or recycled steel, and nobody is going to come by with a clipboard to tell you it is illegal. You can buy 20 acres of rugged prairie for around $25,000. The draw here is the Old West Solitude. You are living in the land of the last buffalo hunters and the early pioneers. The local culture is built on a who cares attitude. As long as you aren't stealing cattle or starting fires, people leave you alone. Here is where the fantasy starts charging interest on your bank account. The winters here are not a joke. They are a weapon. The temperature will drop to 40 below zero and stay there for a week. The snow will drift over your roof and trap you inside for days. If your truck does not start, you are not going anywhere. The nearest grocery store might be an hour and a half away in Dickinson or Minot. You will spend your summers frantically preparing for the winter, cutting wood and stocking up on canned goods. It is a life of constant labor and absolute silence. You are trading the convenience of the city for a front row seat to the raw power of nature. If you think the prairie is too lonely, the next spot on our list is a mountain paradise where the rules are as thin as the air. Number 3. The unzoned Ozarks, Missouri. Specifically, we are looking at the unincorporated sections of Madison and Iron counties. Missouri is often called the last free state in the Midwest because of its relaxed approach to land use. In these specific Ozark counties, there is no county-wide building code. Once you get outside the tiny town limits, you are entering a zone of absolute construction freedom. You can find a 10-acre plot of steep wooded hills for around $35,000. The draw here is the hillbilly independence. You can build a cabin, park an RV, and set up a sawmill without a single permit. You can dig your own well and install your own septic system without an inspector breathing down your neck. The local culture is a mix of old-timers who have been there for generations and new-age homesteaders who are tired of the coast. People here value a hard handshake and a man who minds his own business. Picture yourself waking up to the sound of a cold mountain creek running through your property. The air smells like oak leaves and wood smoke. You have no HOA, no city tax, and no worries about the neighbors. But here is the ugly part Zillow hides. The humidity in the summer is a physical force. It will try to turn your cabin into a giant petri dish of mold. The ticks and chiggers will treat you like an all-you-can-eat buffet from May to September. The roads are often narrow, winding gravel paths that turn into muddy washboards after a heavy rain. If you have a medical emergency, the ambulance might take 40 minutes to find your hollow. You better be good with a chainsaw because the trees are always falling on the power lines. It is a place for the man who wants a green fortress and doesn't mind a little dirt under his fingernails. But if you want a desert version of this freedom, Oregon has a high plateau that will test your grit. Number 2. The Oregon Outback, Harney County unincorporated. This is the largest county in Oregon and one of the most isolated places in the lower 48. It is a land of massive cattle ranches, dry lake beds, and volcanic rims. Most of the county is managed by the federal government, but the private unincorporated sections are a haven for the independent soul. There is no local government in these remote stretches. The county seat in Burns is 2 hours away. In the unincorporated desert, the building codes are practically a suggestion. You can buy 40 acres of high desert rimrock for $40,000. The draw is the linear freedom of the Great Basin. You can see for 50 miles in every direction. There are no power lines, no street lights, and no cell towers. The night sky is so bright with stars it will make you dizzy. The local culture is fiercely protective of property rights and old-school values. People here believe that a man's land is his castle, and they do not like intruders. Be honest. Would you rather have a local police department that responds in 5 minutes, or the right to handle your own security without a permit? If you chose the latter, Harney County is your destination. Now the reality check. Water is more precious than gold here. Most people are hauling their own water in large tanks, or spending $50,000 on a deep well. The nearest grocery store is a half-day round trip. If you run out of salt or sugar, you are out of luck until next month. The wind will rattle your windows and the dust will find its way into every electronic device you own. It is a place for the true loner who wants to live in a landscape that hasn't changed since the 1800s. But if even Oregon feels too crowded, there is one place left where the government effectively ceased to exist. Number 1. The unorganized borough interior, Alaska. This is it, the end of the line, the final exit ramp from the American administrative state. Most of the interior of Alaska is not part of any organized borough or county. There is no local government, no local taxes, no zoning, no building codes, no permits, no inspectors. This is millions of square miles of raw, unfiltered wilderness managed directly by the state of Alaska from 1,000 miles away. You can buy a remote riverfront parcel for $10,000, but you will have to fly there to see it. The draw is the ultimate sovereignty of the human spirit. You are living in a place where your survival depends entirely on your own skills. You can build a palace out of logs or a bunker out of stone, and nobody is ever going to know it exists. The local culture is the bush mentality. Your neighbors are grizzly bears, wolves, and a few brave souls who have decided that the modern world is a failure. Picture yourself sitting on a riverbank in August, watching the salmon run while the midnight sun stays on the horizon. There is no noise from machines, no signal on your phone, and no one to tell you what to do. The catch here is the absolute brutality of the environment. This is not a vacation. This is a full-time job of staying alive. If your bush plane does not show up with your supplies, you are in deep trouble. A gallon of gasoline can cost $15 after you pay for the freight. The winter lasts for 8 months and the sun disappears for weeks at a time. If you have a toothache or a broken leg, you are your own doctor. The isolation can be a physical weight that crushes a man's mind if he is not prepared for it. But for the person who truly deeply hates the system, the unorganized borough is the only place left where you can truly disappear. Out here, the government is not a thing you fear. It is a thing that simply does not exist. You are finally the owner of your own life, your own risk, and your own silence. And in a world that is getting louder every second, that silence is the most expensive luxury on earth.